You can go to any city in America, stand on any street corner, see entirely different businesses, but they all have one thing in common. They all rely on commercial trucks, even the stranded motorist. Hi, I'm Peter Carey, and we're here to talk about commercial trucks.
Welcome to Chevrolet's Truck Track. I'm Loretta Higgins. Commercial trucks are an integral part of everyone's life. In fact, they're so common they almost go unnoticed, yet they represent a huge market. Just some of the commercial truck opportunities include vehicles for delivery companies, utility companies, service or maintenance businesses, even emergency services. The best part is that it's so easy to find people who can use a Chevrolet commercial truck.
Well, the commercial market, those companies that operate from 1 to 9 units, runs about 400,000. It's tracking at that this year. Chevrolet is going to do about 160,000. So we're tracking very, very well this year. As a matter of fact, we're up about 37% over last year.
If you looked at the fleets that were smaller than 50 in number, generally speaking, the market is composed of about 56% of those types of customers. So the commercial market is generally made up of smaller fleets, and it is extremely easy to get involved in it by prospecting properly, contacting NTEA members who are in the business, of course, as well as working closely with the distributor.
Whether for personal or commercial use, equipping a vehicle properly is important. It's just with commercial vehicles, the equipment is a little different. Fortunately, there are a lot of people out there waiting to help you make sure your commercial vehicles are equipped right. Last year, Chevrolet created a new department called Commercial Specialty Vehicles, or CSV. The purpose is to provide full services and innovative programs for commercial users of all sizes.
There are 35 of us. There are 14 regional field managers, and the balance of us are in central office as a support staff. Our mission is to focus on the commercial passenger car and truck business and to develop that part of the market for Chevrolet.
They even have a hotline for you to call. Operators are there to answer questions and help solve problems related to a wide variety of commercially focused programs for dealers, salespeople, and customers. That number is in your salesperson information booklet for this issue of Truck Track.
Their motto is, the buck stops here. If they don't have the answer, they'll get it, and they'll get back to you quickly.
Other resources you can call on are upfitters, the people who equip commercial vehicles. You'll find they're ready to work with you to get the job done right. To help you out, CSV has put together a Chevrolet Commercial Specialty Vehicles directory. It's a listing of select upfitters with pools of Chevy trucks. Another alternative is to contact an organization like the National Truck Equipment Association, or NTEA. You can find this number in your salesperson information booklet as well.
NTEA is an association of equipment manufacturers that go on our products. Dump bodies, spray tank bodies, all different kinds of special equipment that goes on vehicles. Obviously, we work very closely with that group from our product side so that their bodies will fit on our new trucks as they come out.
NTEA can offer Chevrolet's dealer salespeople help in the areas of truck and chassis application, from center of gravity through proper load distribution to simple things such as terminology, cab to axle dimensions that are proper with body upfits, and the like.
I think there's an excellent opportunity for salespeople in this particular part of the market. Again, you have to really be focused on getting to the customer as opposed to waiting for the customer to come to you, but there aren't a lot of people out there doing it. There are a lot of Ford people out there prospecting, Not a lot of Chevrolet and Dodge people out there prospecting. It is a domestic market. It is focused primarily on Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler. Those are the competitors. So when you look at it in the broad spectrum of the car and truck market and all the competitors out there, this narrows the odds significantly. Well, I think there's a great opportunity to make some bucks. And after all, that's why we're here.
A good place to start is by just driving around. You're bound to see commercial trucks. Finding out the type of business isn't too hard, and usually it's real easy to find the business name. A lot of times they'll even give you a phone number to call. And of course, you already know what they're driving. With information like that, you can get a pretty good start in selling commercial vehicles.
It really takes a direct prospecting approach. These customers are small fleets, they're small contractors, small commercial type companies. They don't necessarily have time to shop. You really have to get out and knock on doors, and to develop a prospect list is relatively simple. All you have to do is go to the yellow pages. There are a lot of places, a lot of sources that you can get those lists developed, and then you really have to just get out there and start. I think prospecting is difficult. It's kind of hard for all of us. And to my way of thinking, if we're going to start that prospecting process, we have to have a story to tell.
We're here at an upfitter where you can really see one of Chevrolet's key advantages. They offer more light truck models than anyone else. Trucks like the 3500 HD chassis cab are designed specifically for commercial use. Then there's the 2500, which can easily be equipped for commercial use, like this railroad vehicle. This S-Series pickup can be upfitted with a couple of storage bins, and you have a service vehicle. No matter how they're equipped, they still offer all the features and benefits of a Chevy. Chevy also offers a wider engine choice than anyone else. Then there's the two-sided galvanized steel, double-walled construction, and many other durability features which are very important to commercial truck buyers. Standard safety features include either rear-wheel or four-wheel anti-lock brakes. So you can see, Chevy makes a truck for just about every commercial need.
It's not only trucks. There's a terrific commercial car market here. If you look at the total number of fleet accounts in the country, it's about 17,000. NTEA, the General Motors Fleet Organization, contacts the top 5,000 accounts. Those are the PH&H's, the Wheels, the Xerox, the IBM's, the big commercial and leasing accounts. The Commercial and Specialty Vehicle Group is responsible for the other 12,000. These are companies that basically run between 1 and 150 units in their fleet, and a lot of them are passenger cars. And now that we have the new Lumina coming and the new Cavalier coming, which are perfect products for these commercial markets, there's a real opportunity here. You don't have to be a truck expert to get into the commercial end of the business, because there's a lot of passenger car business there too.
A lot of businesses just need a basic everyday truck. That's why Chevrolet developed the CK2500 work truck. It's developed along the lines of Chevy's 1500 series work truck. Now, both offer features and equipment at a real value for specialty customers. Standard equipment on the CK2500 work trucks includes a 5-liter V8 engine with a 4-speed automatic transmission. There's a heavy-duty engine oil cooler along with heavy-duty front springs, auxiliary lighting, air conditioning, and an AM/FM stereo radio with a digital clock. Two-wheel drive models also come with a locking differential, and 4-wheel drive models come with a skid plate. Besides 2- and 4-wheel drive, the 2500 series work truck can be ordered in regular and extended cabs. Chevy buyers also have the option of upgrading to a 6.5-liter V8 naturally aspirated or turbo diesel engine. The work truck can be ordered with 2 different preferred equipment groups. Chevy's CSV department has prepared a special sheet with the pegs and RPO codes for other equipment you might want to consider. To get more information, or a copy of the sheet, call the CSV Express line at 1-800-759-5550. Now, Ford doesn't offer an equivalent to the work truck packaging for its F-250 models. They have to combine several different packages to offer similar equipment. To get most of the features you find on the Chevy, they have to order a handling package, a camper package, an optional 5-liter V8, and an optional 4-speed automatic transmission. Adding these packages can also mean adding equipment the commercial customer doesn't want or need.
We have a new competitor in the commercial arena as well as the retail arena, and that new competitor is Dodge. Obviously, they've come out with a brand new truck, and at the very beginning, everyone thought it was going to be, it was either a love or a hate relationship. But when you get down to the commercial application, we're not really sure how it's going to work, how well it's going to work, how long it's going to last, how durable it is. We'll find that out as time goes on, but we have a proven product here. We know the durability that we have in our products. We know what our products can do, and those are the selling points that we need to go after.
Commercial buyers order assorted bodies and equipment for various jobs. The vehicles they buy need to be flexible enough to handle all these different applications. The Chevy P30 cutaway chassis is a good example of that flexibility. First, it offers the strength and cargo carrying capacity of the P30 forward control chassis. At the same time, it has the comfort and conveniences of the G30 van. And that's just the start. It's available with wheelbases of 125, 133, 157, and 178 inches. The gross vehicle weight rating ranges from 10,100 pounds to 14,500 pounds, and the payload capacity ranges from 4,846 to 8,617 pounds. Now, what do all these choices mean? Well, for the commercial customer, it means being able to buy the right truck for the job. They're not forced to buy too much or too little truck because of limited selection. Take the Ford Econoline E350 commercial cutaway, for example. It comes with either a 138 or a 158-inch wheelbase. The Ford's commercial GVWR range starts at 9,600 pounds and tops out at 10,700, nearly 4,000 pounds less than Chevy. And Ford's payload capacity goes from 4,355 to 5,940. Their starting point is 490 pounds lower, and at maximum payload capacity, the Chevy can carry 2,600 pounds more. That's equal to adding 74 standard cinder blocks.
Ford has always focused on this particular market, and they basically have owned it. So with the focus that we have now and the new products we have, we're able to compete. For a while there, we really didn't have the products.
For years, one of Ford's greatest strengths in the commercial market was the F Super Duty. Chevy simply didn't compete in that area. Then came the 3500 HD. The two trucks are a pretty even matchup when you compare standard equipment, gross vehicle weight ratings, and suspensions. Both trucks also offer 3 different wheelbases ranging from 135 to 185 inches. And they have maximum GVWRs of 15,000 pounds. Chevy and Ford have similar engine lineups. In some direct comparisons, Ford has small advantages. An example is Ford's new Power Stroke Turbo Diesel. It offers 210 horsepower and 425 foot-pounds of torque. But commercial truck buyers don't just look at the power numbers. They're also very interested in payload.
This truck was designed from the ground up to be a commercial truck. It was designed with straight frame rails, heavy-duty componentry, front axle and rear axle, and heavy-duty springs. The springs have a very high deflection rate, and they're very short. We've done that so that we keep the spring hangers close to the axle, so that no matter what type of a body you're putting on it, and if you need to cut the frame off in a certain section, we've given you the clearance to do that. So this truck, really, you can put almost any type of body on it, from a dump truck to a tow truck, for the wrecker industry, to stake trucks. It's a very versatile chassis.
In all three wheelbase categories, Chevy offers a greater maximum payload capacity. In the long wheelbases, it's more than a 300-pound advantage. In the middle range, it's more than 250 pounds. And with the short wheelbase, Chevy has nearly a 200-pound advantage. When you're talking work trucks, a 200 or 300-pound difference in payload means money to the owner. And Chevy's always working on making the 3500 HD more appealing, such as adding a Silverado trim level. With features such as air conditioning and a convenience group, customers can spec a truck to their needs. Then there's the rear wheel anti-lock brakes. You can't get those on the Ford Super Duty.
This truck is equipped with rear wheel anti-lock brakes, and the advantage of rear wheel anti-lock brakes on a truck like this is because it goes through its life with either a heavy load on or a light load on it. In light load conditions, a truck like this might have a tendency with an inexperienced driver, when he hits the brakes, for the rear wheels to lock up. With this system on it, even with a light load, any driver driving the truck, when he hits the brakes, the rear wheels will not lock up, giving the driver control of the vehicle.
Chevy is doing even more for 1995. New front axle and steering geometry can increase front tire life. A new air-to-oil transmission cooler helps the automatic transmission stand up to tough jobs. And the frame is being reinforced in key stress areas for added durability.
We did run into some problems where some of our customers were experiencing some frame bending and some frame cracking. And where they were basically experiencing it is in the kick-up area from behind the cab. Some of our customers were loading the truck to GVW, but they weren't really spreading the load out, and we would have a high area of load in the front of the truck. So in some extreme cases, when the truck was going over rough terrain, the load in that pinch point was exceeding the capacity of the frame. So basically what we've developed is a fix for that, and it's going to be standard on all production as a running change. We're going to put a glove on the frame in that area, which will greatly reinforce and strengthen the frame. We've improved the brake system. We've improved the frame. We've improved the automatic transmission. Anything that we have found through our testing and through feedback from our customers, we've made this change too.
We're not the only ones doing comparisons. Chevrolet's Durability Test Operations Group has been very busy out at the Mesa, Arizona proving grounds. GM has always conducted durability tests. Recently, they upgraded the test to be more in line with today's commercial applications. Basically, they take a GM truck and run it up against the competition for what amounts to 100,000 miles of sheer punishment. The trucks are run over rough road surfaces and through off-road maneuvers, and they're put through these tests with loads that reflect typical commercial applications.
A few weeks back, we got a postcard asking us for some information on fifth-wheel trailering. To get the story, we contacted some upfitters for commercial and recreational vehicles. We went to them because they're the ones who install fifth wheels. And just as they were willing to help us, they're ready to help you. They all agreed that the first thing you need to do is find out what the customer plans on pulling, including the trailer and the contents. For example, two people want to pull campers, but they have different trailering needs. One person needs a fifth wheel hitch. The other can use a weight distributing hitch. Knowing the application is vital to helping you determine the gross combined weight rating of the truck you need to order. The GCWR is the maximum allowable weight for the truck, trailer, equipment, fuel, payload, and occupants. You can simplify the process by contacting an upfitter once you've determined the customer's application. The upfitter can help you spec the right truck for the job.
The fifth wheel pulls a lot nicer, easier to hook up, take apart, easier to back into a space, and you don't get as much sway that you would get in a travel trailer, for instance. One of the drawbacks maybe being higher profile, so you get a little more wind resistance, but I think you make up for that in the towability of the trailer. Bigger radiuses for turns and backing up as well.
Now let's turn our attention from commercial trucks for a moment to see what else is going on in the automotive industry. Ford has suspended its 12-year lease program test. Under the program, consumers could sign up for 6 two-year leases. Apparently, there was little consumer interest in the program.
Ford has also announced a joint venture with Volkswagen. They're teaming up to produce a minivan to be sold in Europe next spring. Now, there's no word yet on whether they plan on bringing it over here. But you can expect to see a new minivan from Toyota. Japan's largest car manufacturer has announced plans to build an all-new front-wheel drive minivan at its Georgetown, Kentucky plant. The new van will take the place of Toyota's Previa and Camry wagon.
Finally, there's this news from Chevrolet. The 5-speed heavy-duty manual transmission for Chevy trucks has been updated with new internal gear ratios. The change improves the quality of shifting. However, caution must be taken when adding a power takeoff unit to this transmission since the driving gear has been changed. Upfitters have been notified of this situation. Also, a notice label has been placed on the power takeoff cover plate. It explains that Castrol Syntorq LT must be used as the synthetic lubricant for this transmission to improve viscosity. If it's not used, severe damage will result, and the transmission warranty is null and void. That's important information for anyone buying or selling commercial trucks.
Fortunately, there are plenty of resources for answers to your questions. All you have to do is call Chevrolet's CSV Express line, the NTEA, or your local upfitters.
There are a lot of resources available to the salespeople. Certainly the CSV group, certainly the regional staff, the truck manager in the region is a resource. Body companies are a resource. We are coming with some training programs that will be for all salespeople, not just CSV salespeople. That will again be another resource. So I think there are a lot of tools, the CSV Express line, that an individual can use to get started.
Truck equipment handbooks that can be used for terminology, anything relative to proper body installations, and again, that's the goal of the association. Other publications that could be helpful would be information relative to how to find an NTEA member and where these people are located. That type of information would be found in their membership roster, which is published on a yearly basis, and this roster would show not only member companies that are distributors, but manufacturers who could provide, if asked, literature pertaining to their product and how they'd fit the commercial vehicle that Chevrolet dealers have available to sell.
Remember all the resources to help you sell Chevrolet commercial trucks. Just keep the Chevrolet Commercial Truck Salesperson pamphlet handy. It has all the numbers to help you get started.
And in the next issue of Truck Track, we're going to help you get ready for the new Blazer. We'll see you then.